Once you go black, you never go back. Subscribe.
Alright guys, it's Hink here. So this is going to be one of the more personal videos that I've done, just because this is something that I've experienced quite a bit of in my lifetime, as well as I've talked to a lot of guys in the community that have issues with this statement as well. So what we're going to be talking about today is largely the myth like, oh, once you go black, you never go back, and in general the whole BBC myth. Is it a reality or is it real? So today we're going to break down actual sizes, how they differ based on the different races, if there's any truth to the once you go black, you never go back narrative, and where these stereotypes come from in the first place, and also how they can be very harmful in the community. So let's get right into it, guys. But before I do, if you don't mind, take a second, hit the like button, consider subscribing if you like this kind of content, because YouTube has been playing games and you might not get shown this again if you don't consider subscribing.
You know what they say, once you go black, you're gonna need a wheelchair.
Hey, Latrell.
So first we're going to break down the BBC myth. Now guys, I've talked about this on other videos like, oh, America has the biggest ding-dongs or whatever it was, but there is actually global data that we can look at. And guys, this global data is not controversial. Like, it's very clear. And so if you look on this picture on the screen right here, you can see that, especially in sub-Saharan African, when we're looking at, let's just say the mean stretched penis length, which is the green number, it's about 12.6. Now, even if you look at the more Northern Africa, Middle Eastern area, it's actually 12.95. And then when you go up even higher into like the European countries, you're at 12.61. Like, Africa on this chart is like the fourth biggest continent, okay, as far as size. So you would think if black guys were so much bigger that all of this data would show like, oh yeah, the whole continent of Africa, everybody is 8 inches. Now there was some dog shit study that was put out that actually was done from just self-reported data that showed like guys in Ghana on average were like 7 inches plus. But there's no truth to that, okay? This is actually measured, scientifically proven data. But guys, there is a really good compilation of data, of global data, and more importantly, racial data, especially in the United States, breaking down the different sizes based on race. If you haven't seen my other video on like the BBC myth, check it out. But this is one of the graphs that they talk about. Now, if you look at average penis length by ethnicity, you don't see a clear spike like really one way or another. But if you look at fourth from the left, it says black African American is at 14.75 on average, where if you look at white, it's 14.5, and Hispanic, it's actually 14, essentially 0.5 as well. Yes, according to this, there is a slight bump. According to this, I mean, pretty good data set, but it's not like night and day, guys. And all of this, I would say, is within the standard range. And if you actually look at the data, looking at the actual range of like the standard deviation of what is normal, they all fall within the same range. But what you see is that when you look at the black data, there are basically bigger bigs and smaller smalls. And so it still averages within essentially the same range, but you do have wider deviation on either side. So what does this mean about the BBC? Is every black guy packing? Well, obviously not, guys. That is largely a myth and largely a harmful myth. Now, where does this come from, guys? Now, I know nobody came here to see Hink talk about sociology or any of that stuff, or history of American history and, you know, all that. But the point is that it actually stems from very racist and very like offensive stereotypes of black people, especially early in this country. And so this is actually a brilliant paper that was written, and it's called The Sexual Stereotypes Ascribed to Black Men Who Have Sex with Men. So this was actually looking at gay men, but it actually looked at sexual stereotypes of basically people of color just in general. And they actually pulled from a lot of data from actual straight relationships as well. Now, once again, if you read the paper, which I suggest you do because you're missing a lot if you don't read the actual paper, they talk about the history and the ideas in the 19th and 20th century of the proximity of Africans to non-human species, fueling a long-standing stereotypes of black sexuality as primitive and reproductively uncontrolled. Black sexual deviants and savages, guys. And guys, in this paper, what they concluded is that there were stereotypes that overlapped both with black gay men and straight men, and it include large penises, being gay men or deviants, or both, and being promiscuous. And so it is all within that same range. Now guys, there was also, I mean, I think it's an insane book, but a book, it's called Mandingo. So where this whole Mandingo thing came from stems from this original book back from like 1902, guys, and it was actually turned into a movie. And so these are some of the archetypes for this black hypersexualized man with a large penis. And it's also part of what they used to actually essentially lynch black men in the guise of protecting white women, guys. Now I'm talking about history, historically speaking, guys. I'm not talking about today necessarily. But guys, these stereotypes still persist today. Now, granted, this was an older paper, but still, this paper here, Interracial Intimacy and Intersectionality Identity Among Black College Men, it details that men that are actually in the dating scene, they still suffer from all of these stereotypes, and it can still be very harmful. Now, is there any truth, any data, anything that we can objectively find to suggest the once you go black, you never go back thing? Guys, objectively, no, there's not. Now, there's actually some data we can pull from this. So the first is actually looking at data from OkCupid, so from dating app. Now, I understand this is not perfect, guys, but basically what they looked at was basically racial preferences, specifically of women, and how they came into play as far as racial dynamics. And what they found overwhelmingly is that if a woman has a predilection for men of different ethnicities and different races, they are going to continue to choose that. But it's not like they match with the black guy, date him, and then it's like, oh, from then on out, there's only black guys that they're dating. And here's another study here. And basically what they found is that racial attraction is not a fixed, immutable setting. A user who dates interracially typically maintains an open, fluid approach to dating, meaning that future matches reflect the greater geographic area rather than locking into one specific race. Okay, so no, we don't have data of that. And also, if you look at the actual marriage data, about 83% of people are basically marrying within their race. Now, the rate of interracial relationships has increased slightly, but it is still the overwhelming majority of people dating within their race. Now, what has been my experience? Well, guys, I know some girls, I swear, from college that the entire football team and basketball team, which were largely black athletes, ran through them like on a regular basis. I don't know about you guys, but it was wild where I was. And the crazy thing is like I've ran into a couple of them. And guys, it's wild because when I see who they're married to, they're typically like married to this straight-laced like frat boy finance bro. And so it's not like they got turned out through college and it's like, oh, no, I must marry a black dude now. And I'm sure somebody's in the comments, well, Hink, they're probably on Tinder on the weekends getting piped down by BBC. God, I bet that's going to be a comment. Like, I'm dead serious. But guys, that's just not the reality. They're very happy in their relationships and they have not been turned out. And finally, guys, this is harmful to, I will say, black men. Now, if you've been on my live streams, you know the joke about me being dark white, but I am a very light-skinned black guy. Now, that being said, I'm also very tall. And so being tall and black, you know, I don't have a tremendous history, especially sexual history, but there have been a few women that have been like, oh, I was expecting more. I know plenty of guys that I've either coached that have been trying to get bigger or are grateful for getting bigger because they finally have a BBC. And it is very, like, it is a lot of pressure on black guys to not just be big, but to be huge. Like, it's just not enough to, certainly, and being average is like being small in the black community, especially if you're one of the darker skinned dudes, which I have several guys that are pursuing coaching with me right now that are smaller guys. And guys, like I'm telling you, I've been, you know, I cosplay as a doctor, whatever you believe, but I've seen a lot of peepees in my day. Now, I know there's no correlation between erect and flaccid peepee size. However, like I've seen some very, very, very unimpressive black dudes. Like that's just the reality of the situation. And so I've seen people in the chats talking about like they were in the military, and like trust me, the black like BBC myth is exactly that, a myth. And it's just a shame that the adult film industry like perpetuates this myth by specifically selecting these big black guys when there are plenty of other big white guys as well, but it just doesn't hit the same, okay?
The next time you're watching interracial porn and you watch the black guy just unchain his massive Django, I want you to remember that there is no, let me repeat, no correlation between race and penis size. But I'm not afraid of commitment, okay? I'll listen when you talk.
So guys, let me know what you think about this. Do you think that I'm lying and all of these data and all of these facts are not true, and that women who have been with black guys will only be with black guys, and of course every black guy is at least 2 inches bigger than every white dude? Let me know what you think in the description. Now, if you do want to get bigger, guys, it is possible to get bigger, okay? Check out my Hink trial where guys on average gained a 1/2 inch in length and a 1/4 inch in girth with pictures you can see for yourself. The link is in the description, okay? If you want to get coached by me, okay, my patreon.com/DocHink, link is in the description for that. And if you were looking for the best PE equipment on the internet at some of the best prices, please consider primewood.shop for things like pumps, extenders, things that have real data to actually increase both penile size and penile girth and penile length. But remember, guys, you are so much more than the size of your D. There's nothing wrong with self-improvement, but you are enough just as you are. All right, guys, peace and love.
Dr. Hink got the plug on the health, yeah. Got you thinking about your